How's it going, everyone? Welcome to probably the first video on my new channel. In this video we are going to be playing Cities Skylines and talking about roundabouts and how to make something like this that is not only efficient but also doesn't look too bad. This one here is just an example. As you can see, I've got 4 different exits to this roundabout, and therefore I made 4 different looking exits. This one here is just the standard plain terrain underneath. This one here I put some gravel, over here I put some concrete, and over here I decorated with some trees and rocks, just to give you an idea of what yours could look like if you decide to do something along the lines what I've done here. Anyway, before we get into the video completely, I would just like to talk a bit about my new channel. So Play for Structure Gaming is my new YouTube channel. Just started it recently, and this, as I said, is my very first video on it. So this is going to be all about City Skylines. Probably in the future I'll expand to different games once I've done a lot of content for this City Skylines game. And I would just like to also mention that when I play City Skylines, I like to use mods. So if you're a pure vanilla player, then maybe you won't be able to do a lot of the things that I show in these videos, but you know, just with one mod even, you can do something like this. Alright, so let's get straight into it. So the only mod you need to make a roundabout like this is the Road Anarchy mod, and that's so you can simply build a road, and instead of having it on a slight curve, as you can see, you can turn Road Anarchy on. You can also turn the bending feature on, and then that stops it from bending, as you can see. I'm just using the keyboard shortcut, which is Control B, to turn the bending feature on. So that's the only mod you'll need for this, and let's get straight into the actual building of this thing. Okay, so I've literally just decided to build this right here next to this old roundabout, and we're going to build the exact same thing, and building it right next to each other, hopefully you'll be able to follow along a bit more easily, as you can use this as a reference. So let's get into it. So this certain roundabout we're going to be building is actually 10 blocks. So when you build a roundabout, you'll have the road guidelines. So what we're doing is we're going out 10 blocks and then curving it. So let me give you an example. Let's first build the road. I want to build it 1 out. And so what I'm doing here is I'm building 10 blocks out from wherever the end of this road is. This can be as long as you want or as short as you want, realistically. However, I find it easier, just for the video purpose, to do 10 block segments. So 10 blocks from that, so this is 20 long altogether. What you then want to do is, because remember we're going to be actually deleting this 10 block segment we just made, so this here is only a temporary segment. What you want to then do is any road, it doesn't matter because you can upgrade it in the future. Get a road, and you want to come out 10, then up 10 at a 90-degree angle with a curve, and then do that all the way around, just like you would a normal roundabout. Alright, now that's done, what you want to do is just, if you only want like 3 exits to this roundabout, or 2 exits even, you know, some people might only need their roundabout to function like that, or you know, like that, and have 3 exits and 1 here. But I want to, for the video, show all 4 exits. Okay, so once that's done, what you then want to do is basically make another 10 out on each one, and then delete the first lot on each one, including the one we started with. So now what this would do is give us a round circle, and if we were to build straight to these, I'll just connect to the you know, every 4th point of the circle. We're just going to upgrade this now because we don't want a 2-way roundabout. We want a proper roundabout where people can drive fast. Sorry, got to make it 3-laned highway. Okay, so I'm actually using these roads here, the 2-laned highways, I cannot remember if they come in the vanilla game, if they were updated and added in or not. If they weren't, then it's part of the network extensions mod that you can get. It's not a very powerful mod, so even if you have a cheap computer, it still should be able to run it easily. It's just adding roads in, more or less. Okay, so now what you want to do is have Road Anarchy on and turn the bending on, and then that will give you the ability to do something like this where the road won't bend. If I turned Road Anarchy and bending off, it will just do this. No matter how hard you try to place it, it either won't work, see, it won't go in a straight line, or it will just bend. So turn Road Anarchy and bending on, and then connect it to here. You want to connect it to to the points that are in between the points where the road should connect. I'm just going to speed this up a little because it's quite self-explanatory what we're doing here. And then you'll be able to see that where these on and off roads to the main roads to the roundabout meet, where they meet, there will be something like this. And so what you want to do is don't forget to reverse the roads. I'm Australian, so we drive on the left hand side of the road. Whoops. So don't forget that, to make sure your roads are all going the right way. And as you can see, we now have a fully built roundabout. Unfortunately, I can't exactly show you this particular one in use. However, I can show you one that I previously built that is slightly different but more or less the same idea. So I'll show you that now. So on screen right now is the two previous roundabouts I've built in this city. So the one on the left, you can see, only has 3 exits, and the one on the right has 4 exits, except one of the exits is just a road connecting directly to the roundabout with no curved lanes to turn on and off with. As you can see, the one on the right here with the 4 roads, see how the traffic turns off? I'll zoom in a bit. So when the traffic turns off and onto the roundabout, it's a sharp 90-degree turn. That is the reason we built these things, so there was no sharp 90-degree turn. Traffic flows more smoothly through the roundabout, and when there's cars waiting to turn, cars pile up backwards and all of that sort of thing. So hence why we have these. And this one here, same design, except there's no 4th exit, there's only 3. And the roundabout is running smoothly, although there's not many cars on it at this particular moment. As you can see, cars come onto the roundabout smoothly. They don't interfere with other people that's coming on or leaving. Unless your roundabout is very busy, then you might have cars starting to interfere with other cars. But for the most part, this is the sort of thing that makes your cities run smoother, and this is just one of many ideas to have smoother running traffic in your city. Instead of having 90-degree turns at roundabouts, you have these more or less 45-degree turns, which are nice and smooth. If you're wondering how I did the concrete pavement over here and the gravel over here, filling in the gaps, then I simply used this mod here, Surface Tool. And basically it allows you to place pavement down, or gravel down, as if it was something along the lines of placing water down when you're building a map and that sort of thing. So this mod allows me to do it in game fully. So you just click on it, you have your brush options here. I find it easier to set it to the smallest you can, which is about 15. Yeah, 15 is about the smallest, and then you just paint it in. If you accidentally paint too far and then you see on the edge here, it'll do that. You just hold right click, then you can erase it. Or if you want to erase the whole thing, hold right click and you can erase the whole thing. The trees, use any trees you want. I do have some extra trees added into the game, so that's why mine might look a bit different to what yours could. one last thing before I end this video is, if you're also wondering about this centerpiece of the roundabout I have, it is something I got off the workshop. You can get it yourself. It's under parks and plazas. This particular one is the Roundabout Juliet 12x12. If you want to look it up in the workshop, go ahead. You can also just look up parks and plazas and search roundabouts in the parks section, and then you should get things like this coming up, little round things that you can place in the middle of different size roundabouts. Alright, that is it for this video, everyone. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you learned something new. Feel free to subscribe to my channel, like and comment on this video as well if you want to leave some positive feedback. And stay tuned, because in the next video we will be looking at timed traffic lights and how timed traffic lights can make your traffic flow more smoothly compared to the vanilla traffic lights. You do need a mod for that, and I will explain all of that in the next video. So until then, thanks for watching and goodbye.